Hey, what's up? This is Chris from VFXON, and in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to quickly make this kind of glitchy effect. Just these kind of things here without all the background and noise and everything. But if you want the exact same thing, you can ask me on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube for the template, and I will freely give it to you. So yeah. So let's start by making first of all a new composition. So these are my settings. These are custom 920 by 1080 and 59.94 frames per second, 9 minutes and 6 seconds long. Yeah, so click OK. Where's the project? Let's rename this. Forgot composition settings, logo / text. That's what we will have to start with. Okay, so type in whatever you want to type. I'm gonna type VFXON, or you can put your logo in, but like always make sure that it is in PNG format with a transparent background. Otherwise this will not work. So now we have to create another composition. This we will call glitch FX, and click OK. And here in this comp we have to bring in 2 copies of our logo / text comps. Okay, so click this. Wait, what? So this. Okay, motion blur on, and we have to go and find pixel, CC pixel poly for the first one, then find the box blur, and then the exposure. Now let's copy all of these effects and let's move them to the this layer here. But just switch the places with the box blur so the exposure is above it. And let's go to toggle switch modes, and here let's change to linear light for the bottom one. Okay, let's move to in our timeline a bit forward to about here. Let's move these down. Go to transform, opacity. Let's set a keyframe for the opacity, and then let's go to logo / text and set the exposure, also the keyframe, at the same point. Now let's move 2 frames forward. Then let's go, where's our box blur? So here it is, and let's set the keyframe for the blur radius for the above one also. So for both layers at the same time. Now let's move 4 frames forward. And where is the exposure? So here it is. Let's set that to 3,3, and the same for this one, 3,3. Now let's move to frame 13. Let's go at the bottom layer. Let's now set the opacity. Let's make this a little bit like so. So make the put the opacity keyframe, and now let's move forward about here. And for the top layer, we will for the top layer we will have set the blur radius to 3 at this point. I didn't even set it before 0, 0, 0. wait a minute, yep, I did not press the keyframe for the exposure. Oh no. So let's go to where it was supposed to be set at. No, it's 0.8. Yep, and where's the exposure? So here it is. And let's also, yeah, but for this one it is set. That's kind of weird. Okay, so something like this, right? Yeah, but why it's not showing? Oh, now it is. Okay, good. Now we can move forward. Now let's go to the last keyframe. Now let's go to add 10 frames. That will be 35. And now let's set the opacity to 0. Select the keyframe and go to keyframe assistant and easy ease or press the F9 on your keyboard. Now let's move to frame 44 and let's set the blur radius to 3. And we have to go back. I made a little mistake here and there. It's late right now, so that's probably why I'm making such mistakes. So let's delete this keyframe and we have to set the exposure to 0 here, like that. And now let's add 60 here. That'll be exactly 1 minute. And now we will have to set the opacity here. And now let's add here 5, and here we will move to second. Yep, it's really late. I barely can focus on what I'm doing. And here we will have to set the opacity to 0. And for this keyframe again, go to easy ease. Change some stuff here in CC Pixel Poly. So at spinning, set the 8 by 0,0 degrees, gravity to 0. In the center, for center, let's see, 1100, and here we will put 800. Let's move back a little bit like this. Let's see if we will move it. No, actually it's good. And the speed randomness to 0. Now let's go to our bottom layer here. Let's set the force to 140, gravity to 0,1, spinning, let's type here 15, and for the force center, the same settings, 1100 and 800 here. Direction randomness 33, speed randomness to 0, and grid spacing to 17. So is that correct? Yep. And now let's make again new comp, and this is gonna be called finale. Finally. So let's move here the glitch effects. Let's go to new, solid, whatever color for. Go into effects and presets and find the ramp and move it onto the white solid. Let's move it here. For the start color, I will use this. and for the end color I'm gonna use this. So at the start of our ramp we will type 968 and whoops 536, and for the end 248, and here 1148, and ramp scatter to 15, and depending on your background color, if you want to, you really don't have to, but I will blend a little bit, so 2% for that, but it really doesn't change that much. So okay, I will leave it at 0, and then let's change the ramp shape to radial. Okay, now let's enable it for 3D, and let's go find the, where is the drop shadows, add that, and let's right click it, time, enable time remapping, and at the drop shadow let's change the distance to 0, softness to 15. Let's move a couple of frames forward, let's say like here, and we will now have to work with the time remap. So here we have the 7, let's change that to 0. Let's make it so we can work easily. Now right click it, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Let's move like, let's say 2 frames or 3 frames forward, and let's set this to 1, and let's change that to which was it? So nope, not easy out, but easy in. So you can just work your way, like let's say the next one will be, I don't know, let's say 3, then the next one will be, let's say 5, for example, then will be like 25, then come on, move, work, then to, let's say 1, the last one to 0. Okay, let's check what, let's set the to full. So let's see how does it look like. Well, obviously it is really fast. So let's just I'm gonna take these, move here, and just pass them in. So, and I'm gonna expand them a little bit so there's some sort of more of motion than just nothing going on there. So okay, so this is how it looks, but kind of does have that glitchy effect to it, but yeah, you can just play with the timer map, and so to get the good looking effect, also I would suggest that you put in some sort of sound effect if you have one, and just match that with your timing. So yeah, also like in the preview I made, make it 3D, which looks really good. So you can check out my tutorial on my channel, obviously my channel, how to make a 3D text, and you can use it. So yeah, if you want this template that I did in preview, feel free to contact me and I will give you it. and also make sure to give it a thumbs up for this tutorial. If you like and you want more of tutorials, and subscribe if I can ask that, and I hope you will subscribe. And if you have some suggestions, or if you have any questions about this tutorial or any other, feel free to comment me down below. Yep. So yeah, subscribe, comment, favorite, like, and subscribe. So yeah, and also you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and obviously on YouTube. So yeah, goodbye.